All right, let's go ahead and bring on the first guest for the show. We're going to be talking here with Joshua Stagner, who is the Director of Graduate Admissions for St. Leo University, and he has been an advocate for higher education for most of his professional career. Spanning over a decade in 4 institutions, Josh has worked tirelessly to help students achieve their dreams of continuing their education. In his current position as the Director of Graduate Admissions for St. Leo University, Josh heads up a team of almost 50 employees that service over 4,000 students taking classes ranging from a master's in criminal justice to a doctorate in business administration. Joshua, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jamie.
So let's talk a little bit more about St. Leo University. I know it's a small college up in the Dade City area. So talk me a little bit through the university and its history.
Sure. Well, you know, St. Leo to some people is the best kept secret in the Bay Area. We've been around since 1889, 125-year plus tradition in the region, offering classes at both the undergrad, graduate, and doctoral levels. Recently, a few years ago, we opened up a center location in the Channelside district. And we just have a vast history in the Bay Area. Going back, some highlights in 1973, we were the very first education institution to teach on MacDill Air Force Base. And it was actually the first teaching institution that a higher education institution had in a U.S. Military base. Some of the unique things we have going on right now are some of our newer programs. 2 years ago, we launched our first doctorate program in business administration. We also launched a master's in accounting, which is going to be offered in a cohort here in the Tampa location starting next fall. We also just recently launched a master's degree in cybersecurity, and we have some wonderful partners with that, including Raymond James and an internship program they have that they're breeding and fostering right now.
Interesting you bring up the cybersecurity issue with all the news and the media about the Sony attack, and very scary what some people can do with the right access information. Or, you know, I was reading just the other day that now the hackers are promising a Christmas Day surprise for Sony. So interesting to see what that may be.
It is. It's great, and the demand has far reached our expectations. We filled up our first cohort, and we're going to be launching dual cohorts next year to fill a need. But interesting quote from the COO of Raymond James when we met with him 2 weeks ago. And as he put it, there's zero unemployment in the cybersecurity field, which is pretty nice to hear. When people are getting out and getting degrees in this field, they're going to be employable from the get-go. Yeah,
zero unemployment. That's a number a lot of students definitely want to hear coming out of college, especially with the economy the way it's been over the last 7-8 years. So that's definitely something to look forward to. So tell me a little bit more about the student base, how many students attend, and from that.
Well, it's a really unique university in a sense. We have our traditional brick-and-mortar campus up in St. Leo with about 2,600 students and Division II athletics and the Sunshine State Conference, and we're very proud of. But we've expanded past that. In the late 90s, we got involved with the online aspect of education, and we have over 13,000 students right now taking classes abroad and throughout the nation. We also have more than 40 center locations located on military bases and standalone throughout the southeast, located in 7 different states right now.
And how many students did you say are on campus?
On campus is about 2,600.
2,600, and what do you have an online presence as well?
We do. It's about 13,000 right now, making up almost a little over 16,000 students altogether throughout the university that attend both at the undergrad and graduate level for the Lions.
Very nice. I know I myself went to a small theologically based school initially. I graduated from USF in my mid-20s, but I went to Florida Southern College over in Lakeland, which was I think that was a Methodist background. And what is the theology that St. Leo is associated with?
It was founded by Catholicism by Benedictine monks, and it's still a part of our everyday environment for sure. With our core values, we certainly adhere to the principles, of the Catholic Church.
And I noticed when I drive by, there's like a temple where it says something about the monks where they live or something. What is the role of the monk? I'm not familiar. I'm not.
There's an affiliation with the university, and we certainly partner with them in a lot of areas, and we cohabitate in the space. But they're not any part of the governing body of the university. We have a board of directors who takes care of the decision-making process, but they are part of our history, our tradition, and it's a great way for students to become engaged and learn about the history of both the Catholic Church, about St. Leo, and other areas that they might not have been informed upon.
And what are some of the sports that the university is involved in?
We have a fantastic athletic program, I think in 19 different disciplines and sports with basketball, lacrosse, soccer, to swimming. So the vast, diverse amount of student athletes I think we have close to 300 student athletes that attend our campus, and some become well recognized.
Okay. And let's talk a little bit about the costs and the enrollment. I know you have a community partnership program that's available to employers. Let's talk a little bit about how you can enroll and some of the ways you can get some discounts off of your tuition.
Sure. Well, the cost will vary depending whether or not you're attending traditional on-campus, online, at a university center, grad, undergrad. But one way to offset some of the costs is by our community partnership program. And we have currently 45 different companies within the Bay Area and nationwide that we partner with. And what this does is provide your employees an opportunity to receive 10% off of that tuition, as well as an application fee waiver. It also works on developing relationships in terms of career placement for our graduate internship programs. And we've also done some co-op marketing programs with these partners. So it's a great way to give your employees an HR benefit, especially those companies that have a tuition remission. And it also is a great way for employees who are looking to go back to complete a degree, to earn their first degree, to get a graduate degree, really offset some of the costs in the investment in education.
Okay, so employers can offer their employees basically through the university a 10% discount off the tuition. Did I catch that right?
That is correct.
Okay, and is there a certain amount of time that the student has to stay employed with the employer? If they leave, do they owe anything back to the university? Is there anything like that goes on?
No, we do make sure that they are employed with the company because of the HR benefit. So on a semester basis, there's a form they fill out for documentation. But the money is completely handled between the individual student and the university. The employer has zero liability with it. In a sense, it's just an HR benefit that they get through a third party. And really helping us promote our programs and, really more in a sense, strengthening relationship with the business community and the education foundation that the Tampa Bay region has.
Well, it's a great program that you offer back to the employers here in the region. And I myself, tuition reimbursement programs, a lot of employers offer them. And I took advantage of it to go back to school, not through St. Leo University, but in my mid-20s when I was originally practicing in chemistry, I guess you could say, and decided to go back to school and get a degree in finance. I used the tuition reimbursement program. At the time I was working through Mosaic, which is a big phosphate plant down in Gibsonton. And so people out there, if you're not happy with your job, I highly encourage you to go talk to your HR department, find out about tuition reimbursement options, because that's what got me back into school and got me out of the 12-hour rotating shifts of lab work and in the real estate and now on the air. So just always want to keep growing and finding opportunities, and tuition reimbursement is a great program that a lot of employers offer. Got to take a quick break, but stay tuned. Coming back from the break, we'll be talking a little bit more with Joshua Stagner, Director of Graduate Admissions at St. Leo University. And if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show here on 1250 WINS WHNZ.
You're listening to the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show with local expert Jamie Meloni. Now, here's Jamie.
Welcome back, everybody, once again to the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show here on 1250 WINS WHNZ. If you're finding me on the air for the first time, I invite you to tune in here every Mondays at noon as my show aims to become your information source for the Tampa Bay real estate market. I invite you over to my website off air at tampabayradio.com, where you can find all of the past shows of the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show, as well as all of my listings at tampabayradio.com. Currently talking with Joshua Stagner. He is the Director of Graduate Admissions at St. Leo University. And I want to continue the conversation about the doctorate program that you have in the business field now. So tell us a little bit more about this and what it takes to get into the program.
Sure. Well, this is a great endeavor. University worked really hard on in launching our first doctorate program, and starting in the spring of 2013. We're not a research-based institution. As a liberal arts institution, the doctorate program that we have is going to be a little bit different, and it's more applications-driven. So people who are working in the field are going to be able to take the coursework, and the dissertation process that they're going to be going through, and be able to apply it, as opposed to just spending 3 to 5 years of their life writing a 200-page paper, researching an article. And that's what we're really looking for. We're looking for a practitioner model of education and getting people engaged and involved. There's a low residency requirement, so people coming from all over the nation come in for 1 week a year and actually get to be part of that cohort and that group. So we're excited as really the response has been great. We're already on a waiting list for next summer's term. It's just the best and brightest of the Tampa Bay area are in this program right now.
Now, how does this differ from the traditional MBA that we hear so much about, the Master's in Business? How is this different?
Well, a Master's in Business, which is really, I think, our largest program with over 1,500 students right now. is going to get you a nice foundation and business principles beyond just a standard bachelor's degree. We have 8 different concentration areas in our MBA program as well, ranging from market research, social media analytics, to project management, to accounting. So you can specialize in MBA. What the DBA is going to do is set you apart. One of the biggest benefits of having a DBA is a terminal degree, which will allow you to teach. And many people going into that field, getting a doctorate degree, want that ability to go into university and teach. It's also with the dissertation process. You're going to be contributing to the research. You're going to be contributing towards the education. And these are things that are going to set you apart from your counterparts, whether it's you're working and trying to work your way up the career ladder, consultant working in a business, or like I said, going to education.
And just business overall is just a great field of study. Growing up, when I was trying to decide on my major in high school and what I wanted to do, I ended up settling on chemistry because I liked the chemistry classes at the time, and I thought that was a cool thing. And the people that were going into business, I kind of laughed at them, thinking, "What are you going into business for?" Wish I had waited until my mid-20s, and then come to find out that everything in what you do centers around some type of business. So for any people out there, students that aren't certain what they're wanting to study, go to a business field. It'll benefit you, the world over, and especially if you get into the MBA. I mean, MBAs come out with an average starting salary like $60,000-$70,000, and that's just in this area. And I can't imagine what an average starting salary for somebody with a DBA would be. Any idea?
I'm not going to quote on that, but it can be very lucrative, with the effort and the time you put into it, what you have on your resume, but it's going to set you apart from other people. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, but business is just a great catch-all field, and it's something, I wish some people had guided me earlier in my life into that field, so I didn't waste, 6 years studying, or I didn't study. I studied chemistry for 2 years, ended up dropping out, but I had enough experience to get a lab job and work in industry for 6 years before I kind of got my head on straight and realized what I wanted to actually do in life. So now you mentioned cohorts and education on location. Tell us a little bit about how St. Leo brings the education to the location.
Sure, and this is another interesting delivery format that St. Leo offers. It's with our cohorts. Currently now in the Bay Area, we actually have 2. We deliver a cohort of our MBA at Tech Data in St. Pete. We also have an undergraduate cohort at Sykes in Lakeland. And what this does is bring an instructor into a classroom environment on your location. So your employees don't have to deal with the travel, with the time invested that's going to and from location, especially with our location being north of Tampa. It also makes it more accessible to our employees. There's discounts involved with the cohort location, but it's for companies that are large enough that have the population that are seeking to get an education in a specific discipline, and we bring that to you. We bring the classroom environment to your location.
And you said you had 2 locations right now that in play with this?
We have 2 in the Bay Area. We also have a few more in the Southern Virginia area.
And what type of enrollment do you see in these locations off-site?
Well, generally before we do cohort, we want to make sure that we have the population. So both of them are actually running at a full capacity right now, and there's some attrition, of course. But you look at having over 20 employees that are looking to invest in an education in a certain specific discipline. And we can really work with you to try to make that happen.
Very good. And I want to, before we head into the bottom of the hour break, I want to hammer in the main selling point that I think St. Leo is offering right now, the community partnership program for the listeners. Take us through that again one more time.
Sure. And what this is, for those organizations, whether how big or how small you are, that are looking to make an investment in your employees' education, through our community partnership action, they can receive a 10% discount on most of our academic programs, as well as application fee waivers and additional supplemental support, in order to make it more accessible for your employees to get an education and to attend St. Leo for whatever academic reasons that they have or personal reasons that they have. We're just trying to provide it and make it easier for individuals to go back to school and get that education they're seeking from St. Leo University.
And do you see a lot of adult students at St. Leo, or is it mostly a younger population of students? What do you see at your university?
It's greatly different depending on the type of student. At our traditional campus, the average age student is between 17 and 21, first time in college, a traditional brick and mortar university. Our online students are certainly much older. At the graduate level, the average age is between 33 and 36 years old, with those taking online, especially at our center locations as well. It's more of a non-traditional student, somebody coming back for a degree completion or getting a graduate degree for a career change or for career opportunities. So whether you're 17, first time out of college, or if you're in your 40s or 50s and finally wanting that opportunity to go back to school, we can accommodate you.
And in brief, what are some of the admission requirements for the university? Is there a certain SAT score you got to get, or what are some of the brief enrollment requirements?
Depending on the program, at the undergraduate level, certainly other SAT scores, GPAs. Going into the graduate programs, which I manage, each program has its own requirements. I'd recommend individuals go to www.stleo, that's spelled out SAINTLEO.edu, and then click on admissions, and you can outline all of our academic programs for undergrad, graduate, and doctoral to find out what's right for you.
Okay, what are some of the other programs? In short, here we got about another minute left here. We've talked about the DBA program, the graduate stuff, but what are some of the undergrad programs that you didn't mention that St. Leo also offers?
A vast amount of undergraduate programs, probably too long to list, going from biology to English to education, a state-approved program for those who want to go into the teaching disciplines. English, creative writing, human services, social work, which is also an accredited program. Once again, you go to our website, stleo.edu, and find out all of our academic programs that we offer at both undergrad and graduate level.
Oh, great interview. And, I think, a lot of people don't know that St. Leo is sitting up there in Dade City. It's kind of off the beaten path. I don't know what the reasoning is for that, but it's a nice little location up there, would you not say?
It's beautiful. We're right there in Lake Jovita, right off of 52. We do a lot of community events. We're open to the public. If anybody makes their way up to 75, and it's just a great way, good to drive by. I've heard it called a mini Stanford, which is, I think, a really nice view, and we're pretty proud of that. We'll never be Notre Dame, we'll never be Stanford, but, we're proud to be St. Leo.
And any of the sports up there that St. Leo is known for or dominating, or is it kind of just,
We've done, really well over the past few years. We actually won the Sunshine State Conference, which is an overall award to academics and athletics. Last year, it's been the highest place we've done. There's been several players drafted into major leagues. Our basketball team is doing phenomenal right now. And certainly those are opportunities for people to come out and get to know St. Leo.
Hey, sounds like a plan. Joshua, thank you very much for coming on the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show. A lot of great information. And if you want to get in touch with him real quick, you just through the website, stleo.edu, you said?
No, that's right. It's stleo.edu. And you can contact me directly at joshua.stagner@stleo.edu.
Sounds like a plan. Stay tuned. We're coming back from the break. We're going to be talking with personal injury attorney Dale Appel here on the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show on 1250 WHNZ.